Banana Pancakes by Sentient Stove. Read by My Lost and Found. Summary. And we could have pretended all the time, and you can't see that it's just raining. There ain't no need to go outside. It's raining, and the rain does make for good traditions, like making banana pancakes. This fic is recorded for Voice Team 2024 for the Sporific, I think that's how you pronounce it, challenge. And the intent of this is for it to be a relaxing fic, a relaxing podfic that you can go to sleep to. So, hope it works. But yeah, this fic is 1,000 words, 1 chapter, link in the description. And on with the story. When he wakes, it's to the sound of gentle rain hitting the windows, to the smell of clear air that seems to bleed through the walls. Izuku doesn't realize it at first, as he gets up and rubs his eyes, fumbling for a warm hoodie and his house slippers that have been haphazardly kicked somewhere in his room. It's nice. As he pads out of his room, curtain whisper silent. Aizawa still in the bed as Izuku sneaks out, following the rain. It's so peaceful, the rhythm against the windows as he sneaks down to the kitchen, climbing on the counter to grab a glass. Could he have gotten it an easier way? Sure, but there's something about the rain that reminds Izuku of the nice days before everything felt faded. It's clean, in a way, cleaning the air and the streets with water. Izuku's not sure how early it actually is, but it's early enough that the first hero to come into the kitchen and find a child drinking water out of one of Aizawa's coffee mugs is Midnight. She passes by, dressed in comfy sweats, and a hand pats Izuku's head before she's moving to the fridge and pulling out milk and eggs. What are you making? Midnight glances over, flour in her hands as she sets it down. Pancakes, but they're special. Wanna help? It's an open offer. Izuku could easily back out now and go back to bed. He could go back and lay down and just listen to the rain and get lost in the thought. But the idea of special pancakes has his curiosity piqued. Sue him. He wants to know before deciding whether or not to run off and hide is good. Like with chocolate chips? Izuku gets to his feet and shuffles over, water desperately trying to slosh out of the mug as his house slippers slide on the cool flooring. Close, Sprout. Midnight turns back to the fridge, and Izuku watches as she grabs a few bananas and sets them down. My mom used to make banana pancakes only when it rained. Simple, but a fun tradition. She set down a few bowls. Izuku wasn't sure when he missed her getting them. And then, the bananas and a smaller bowl are being pushed to him. He reached out and wrapped a hand around the bowl, warily staring down at the bananas. Mash them, without the peel. I know they don't need a peel. You'd be surprised at what Sho doesn't do without instructions, Midnight said lightly as she winked. I've seen him forget to peel an orange, or, generally, forget that it was said fruit. Yeah, Izuku could see that happening. He quietly set aside his mug of water and steadfastly peeled the bananas, dropping them into the bowl and mashing them with a provided fork. Midnight looks like she's doing chemistry on her end. All perfectly precise measurements, and none of Aizawa's. Well, this goes in. Or Mike's. A dash of love or until it feels right. No wonder the measuring cups and tablespoons are so pristine and shiny. Her cooking is a labor of love in its own unique way. Izuku slides the bananas over when she beckons for them, and he watches in peaceful silence as she stirs them in. You can't mix the ingredients for too long. Midnight adds a fourth cup of water. Otherwise, your pancakes will be tough and not airy. Okay. And done. Midnight grins proudly, and when she looks at him, Izuku mimics it back, getting another pat on the head as a response. Midnight switches to the stove, and he follows, even as she heats up a pan and adds the smallest amount of butter to the surface of it. Different again from Mike's pancakes. He usually uses a non-stick spray, and Aizawa forgets to do it until the first is already poured, which then makes him scrape the first pancake in the trash as it inevitably gets stuck. She offers a few times for Izuku to pour and flip himself, but it's raining, and rainy days mean lazy days, so he only ends up pouring one before opting to watch again. By this time, a few other teachers have been drifting in and out of the kitchen, likely summoned by the smell and promise of maybe pancakes. It takes maybe 20 minutes to work through the batter, and then Midnight is handing Izuku a plate of pancakes, her own plate, carefully balanced on her arm, as the rest left behind for the others to grab, if they can get there in time. He follows her to the seating area, and when they sit, Izuku watches the rain streaking down the window outside as Midnight drowns her pancake in syrup, taking a bite, giving him a pleased hum. Perfect. Izuku tried his own, plain because it feels too much like a hassle to pour syrup on his pancakes, and his fork always seemed to be sticky by the end, no matter how careful he is. The pancakes are light, perfectly cooked, and the chunks of banana intermingled. It creates small bursts of flavor that melt in his mouth. There's also the slightest taste of nutmeg, undertones of allspice. Do you like it? Midnight asks, and Izuku looks at her and nods. It's nice. Aizawa won't stumble down to the kitchen for about 20 more minutes, and by then, the pancakes are gone and the mess cleaned up, even though the smell lingers. Midnight tells him he can have pancakes next time it rains, and Izuku has to hold back a giggle at the confused look on his caretaker's face. The rain, the banana pancakes, all a small break in his normal routines and meal plans. It's nice, abnormal, and rare for him. Tomorrow we'll be back to normal, but for now, Izuku enjoys the sleepy feeling, the soothing patter of the rain on the teachers' dorms, and the lingering taste of banana pancakes. And that's all for this fic. I hope you're asleep at this point, if that was your goal, or at least relaxed. You know, even just lying down, closing your eyes, relaxing, just trying to sleep, does have benefits, even if you're not actually falling asleep. So, I hope this was able to relax you. And the link to this fic is in the description below. So if you liked it, go leave a kudos for the original author, and maybe even comment. But that's all for now, and I will see you next time. Bye.